Things to know about a dairy-free diet. It's bad news for dairy farmers. More people are dropping dairy out of their diet, whether it's lactose intolerance, which is being diagnosed more often, or the stratospheric rise of veganism. Increasingly, people are saying, "Got milk? No thanks." Thinking about it, isn't it a kind of weird idea to begin with? We're the only mammals on Earth who actively choose to drink the milk of another species. And most of us don't do it anyway. 75% of humans can't even drink it due to lactose intolerance. Go back around 7,000 years, and that number jumps up to 100%. That's right, drinking animal milk is a relatively recent idea. Imagine looking over your fence and seeing your neighbor guzzling down goat milk straight from the udder, and you've never even dreamed of going near this stuff. Gross. Okay, we're not totally sure that's how it started, but you get the point. Fast forward to the 21st century, and a lot of people, even in the minority milk-drinking parts of the world, are starting to wonder if it was ever such a good idea after all. How to Fitness is all about staying healthy, regardless of your choices, medical conditions, or beliefs. If you're saying no to lactose, all power to you. But don't go anywhere, because we're about to tell you exactly what you need to know for a healthy, dairy-free diet. The devil is in the details. The first and most important thing you need to know about a dairy-free diet is what you can and can't eat, particularly if you're lactose intolerant. Basically, dairy is anything which contains milk or any milk-derived products, like cream or cheese. Yes, that includes most chocolates too. Fortunately, food labels are pretty good at listing allergens, so it should always say if the product contains milk. That being said, we recommend you check the full ingredients every time because mistakes can occur. Read up online and get used to some of the stranger ingredients. Sure, you might know butter, custard, and cream, but what about whey protein, nougat, or iron caseinate? Well, they're all dairy too. And if you think that's confusing, shea butter, creamed honey, and milk thistle are all totally dairy-free. Too bad you thought your studying days were over. The benefits. Apart from any moral or medical reasons, a lot of people advocate going dairy-free as a healthy choice for anyone. That's mainly because lactose, a kind of sugar in milk, gets harder for us to digest as we get older. In some parts of the world, lactose intolerance is more pronounced, as the indigenous people evolved without animal milk in their diet. Dairy-free supporters say that no matter where you're from, cutting the curds can improve digestion, reduce bloating, aid weight loss, alleviate skin problems, and heighten your senses. Sounds like you'll turn into some kind of superhero. Don't put on a cape and start fighting crime just yet. In reality, your individual experience may vary. The risks. You probably associate milk with mineral calcium, important for strong, healthy bones and teeth. And you're right, dairy products tend to be a great source of calcium, but also protein, iodine, vitamin D, and vitamin B12. But don't worry, it is possible to go dairy-free without all your bones snapping like twigs. We promise. You can get lots of calcium from leafy greens, soya beans, and baked goods made with fortified flour. Seaweed, cod, and shrimp can give you all the iodine you need too. And if you really want to drop dairy altogether, incorporate a few more eggs into your diet. This will pick up the slack when it comes to protein and vitamin B12. Vitamin D is absorbed through the skin from sunlight, so if you live in a colder climate, especially if you have a darker complexion, take extra care to get outside often and watch your calcium intake. Get creative with recipes and ingredients. One of the hardest things to start with might be finding suitable food when you're eating out. It's a challenge, but you do need to ask about the dishes you order, even if they seem dairy-free, as they could be cooked in butter or cream. Oh, and just in case you hadn't realized, yes, most pizza is a no-go. But wait, there's hope. Vegan restaurants are a great starting point, and Eastern cuisine typically features less or no dairy in their dishes. There's even vegan pizza. It's not as bad as it sounds. Use dairy-free as an opportunity to do more cooking at home. Invest in some cookbooks. Learn to embrace the avocado and the coconut as surrogates for your creaminess cravings. And always, keep a tub of vegan Haagen-Dazs or Ben & Jerry's in the freezer for emergencies. The ethics. This one's a little controversial. You might be wanting to cut out dairy for ethical reasons, perhaps the welfare of the cows and dairy farms, or the environmental impact of the methane they produce. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's worth bearing in mind that the alternatives don't necessarily come guilt-free either. Take almond milk, for example. The production of almond milk relies somewhat heavily on almonds, 80% of which are grown in California. California faces severe droughts on a regular basis, which means almond cultivation relies on water and deep wells, which further threatens the local ecological balance. And the problem is exacerbated by rocketing global demand. That's before you even factor in the carbon footprint of shipping them all around the world. What a headache. That's not to say the dairy-free diet can't be ethical. Just make sure to do your research instead of relying on assumptions. Plan in advance, read up a little, and your dairy-free diet doesn't need to be daunting. What's the one thing you'd miss most if you went dairy-free? Let us know in the comments, and maybe you'll be surprised at the alternatives available. If you're looking to drop a few belt sizes, don't miss our top 10 superfoods for weight loss. And remember to subscribe and push the notification button for more dieting knowledge bombs from How to Fitness.